Well, hello. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be showcasing my haul from the Criterion Collection sale at Barnes & Noble last month. I got a significant stack, and yeah, so might as well just get started. I'm going by spine number, so first one up is Pickup on South Street. One of my favorite filmmakers, Samuel Fuller. He started as a newspaperman, and you can kind of tell he brings that sense of urgency to his films and his scripts. One of the things I love about him is his characters are often the side characters you would find in a typical noir. Just beat up, run down people like pickpockets, smugglers, thieves, and they're given front and center stage in his films, which even is one of his earlier works, I Shot Jesse James, is about Robert Ford, the man who is responsible for killing Jesse James. So yeah, he does not pull any punches. One of the most fearless directors to come out of the 50s studio system. Next up we have Palm Beach Story. One of my favorite things about 1940s cinema is the film noirs that were coming up, but not just that, the screwball comedies. And if I had to pinpoint one person who's responsible for most of my favorites coming out of that decade, it would have to be Preston Sturges. His dialogue is just so crackerjack and just snappy, and you can see the influence he has on the Coen brothers in their dialogue. I wouldn't choose Palm Beach Story as a starter. I would probably pick Lady Eve or Sullivan's Travels, but this is definitely up there with those. It has a twist that is insane. Yeah, it gives Shyamalan a run for his money as far as twists go. But yeah, Palm Beach Story. Next we have the famous documentary by D.A. Pennebaker, Bob Dylan, Don't Look Back. I loved his Monterey Pop Festival coverage on that Criterion disc, and I love Bob Dylan, so I figured it was finally time to bite the bullet and pick this up. Many people know about this, so I really don't need to go into explaining it. Next up is Irma Vep. I've never really got into Olivier Assayas's films, but the premise of this sounded really intriguing, and plus it has Maggie Cheung, who's primarily known for In the Mood for Love, and she is just radiating beauty in that movie. So this one deals with her playing a Hong Kong action movie star who arrives in Paris to play latex-clad lead in a remake of Louis Violand's classic silent crime serial Les Vampires. Yeah, blending blasts of silent cinema, martial arts flicks, and the music of Sonic Youth and Luna into a hallucinatory world, postmodern, cool. So yeah, I love silent cinema. I dig Sonic Youth, so I'm curious to check this one out. The next one is, from what I hear, a downer, but it's definitely one I'm going to have to be in the right mood for, Streetwise. It also comes with Tiny, The Life of Aaron Blackwell. This is about homeless and runaway teenagers living on the margins of Seattle. And that's what Streetwise is about. Tiny, The Life of Aaron Blackwell was made 30 years later. Draws on the filmmaker's long relationship with their subject, now a mother of 10. Yeah, it sounds absolutely fascinating. I have to, like I said, I'm definitely going to have to be in a particular mood for this one. Next we have The Signifying Work of Marlon Riggs. I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this one during the sale, but I remember seeing Tongues Untied last year, and it just blew me away. Again, just such a fearless voice in the LGBTQ community. Unapologetic is what describes him as, which I agree with. And one of the fascinating things he does is he blends documentary, poetry, and music, and he kind of just puts it in a blender, and out comes his work, which is creating new progressions in the narrative experience. So I'm really excited to check out the rest of this man's work. Next we have Mirror, my favorite Tarkovsky film, and easily in my top 20 films of all time. This is about as autobiographical film you can get from Tarkovsky, and it plays with the nature of memory and time, which is something I always respond to in films. So I am super excited. This edition looks just beautiful. Comes with a big book, and I'm just was over the moon when Criterion announced this. I cannot wait to watch this again. Right, and we have Deep Cover. Such an underrated movie. It was directed by Bill Duke, whom many of you should know from Predator. He plays Mac in that. He also had a role in The Limey. I remember him having a small role in that. But anyway, Bill Duke directed this, and it's kind of like a neo-noir that shifts into a treatise on how unethical the drug war is. And yeah, it says two of the best performances from Jeff Goldblum and Lawrence Fishburne in here, and it's easily my favorite role of Fishburne's. So definitely check this one out. And save up for the November sale, because this is definitely one to check out. And finally, I have The World of Wong Kar-wai. I saw a lot of people picking this one up. I know it's generated a bit of controversy after Wong Kar-wai went back to his original Prince masters and changed the color tones in films like, I believe it was Fallen Angels and maybe Chungking Express, but yeah, it kind of put me on the fence as to whether or not I should get this, but I ultimately decided yes, because I still have not seen As Tears Go By or Days of Being Wild. And just as a huge fan of Wong Kar-wai, it's kind of silly to just pass this up because of some color issues with a couple of films. So yeah, this is a beautiful package. It's designed. Each box set comes with a different design that Criterion does, and I feel like this one is Probably one of the more unique ones. It folds out. And here you have a giant book with essays. And then you have here all the films. Yeah, it's just folds out. As tears go by, days of being wild, chunking express, fallen angels, happy together and in the mood for love, and 2046. So yeah, I was happy as a clam when they announced this. Super excited to dive into it. And so yeah, that was my haul. I'd definitely be back up with possibly a review of a book, a film, an album, whatever hits me at that moment. Alright, so see ya.